Let's do it. Welcome to the Arlanders Podcast. Arlanders Podcast is here to shed light on all things business in the outdoors. My name is Jaime, and with my good amigo, Kingston.
It's the same opening line every time.
Yeah, and it's actually,
It works.
We drop it. That's a real intro every time. I always say it.
Yeah, it's not pre-recorded.
Yeah, so kudos to myself. Today we're doing a story time.
Story time.
Last one we did was Oregon, which was hilarious. That one, I think people really like that one, actually. I always get comments on that one.
Yeah, that was a good trip.
It was ridiculous. So much shit happened.
Yeah.
So this one is story time, and I don't think anyone really knows why this came to fruition or why we're even doing it.
Yeah.
But
Kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Our land.
Our Land Project.
What is it?
What are we doing? Why? Why is it in existence?
Who knows?
So it's a pretty, I always say this, and I think it's a bad way to tell a story or start it, but it's a very simple story. The COVID hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
Kingston was like the king of cleanups for a hot second. He was like the overland cleanup
COVID
guy
stole
over
it away
here.
from me.
And then he just, all limelight went downhill when COVID came in. And so you were trying to get a cleanup going, but no one, it wasn't the time.
Yeah. I think obviously with COVID, it's just like, it was not going to happen.
No.
But I've done 3 so far, and each one got
Bigger and
bigger and bigger. And this last one we did about 30,000 pounds of trash.
You did?
30, yeah.
Oh, I was there.
Because it was 3 like storage container,
Yep.
like dumpsters. So yeah, it was pretty big.
That's
a lot of trash.
That was epic, and it's a good time out there because it's
super fun. And
Kingston does a lot of work. It's free on BLM. Kingston puts like an insane giveaway together with like all these type of like people winning GoPros, stand-up paddle boards.
Yeah,
And I won a gun case. I don't even have a gun. That shit was so cool. So then we were talking one day, and we're like, we got to figure out, like, trash was getting pretty bad in like public land specifically. And when I hit up the boys, Kingston and Gary,
yeah,
I was like, hey, what do we should do something. And you're like, I think you or Gary was like, I've seen this really cool thing where people, they have like kits, like cleanup kits. We'll just send trash bags and see if anyone posts about it.
yeah.
That was kind of it.
Super simple.
Very simple. And I was going to do it under easy. And then you were like, well, it seems like an easy thing. Like, I'm out, have fun. And I was like, what, dude? And I was like, how about we just do like a full blown brand?
Yeah, like just on its own.
Yeah. And so we came up with the logo.
Mm-hmm.
It,
Super simple. We're just the main goal is to keep it simple.
yeah, simplicity for
Because
everything.
we were all do our own things, so it was hard to add in another thing to the mix, anyways. But we really wanted to do it, so.
And so far it's been pretty good. So the idea is when you order anything, or even if you hit us up, but we started doing only with orders, you get a cleanup kit in the mail. So
free.
For free. I know, that's kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah, that's how it started. But then we realized
we're going
losing
backwards
money.
on that.
Yeah.
So
it's a cool idea, but I don't think any one of us could afford it.
no. I was just like, it was an interesting mix of like doing good and
still not going broke.
yeah, and not just putting a bunch of money out for it, you know?
Yeah. And then so that's why we introduced the clothing and whatnot.
Yeah.
But didn't want it to be just that, like a clothing brand.
No, clothing brands are
So-
interesting.
Yeah, and you're already doing it, so you already have like that creative outlet.
Yeah, so it was easy. Essentially, we combined what we're trying to do is combine 3 guys that all do something different, but all are like very much niche in their little realm. So Kingston's super good at content, which is why we even did the podcast in the first place. And then I am been doing like kind of development and like clothing design for a long time. That worked out then. And then Gary has been doing like not cleanups, but campouts,
Gatherings. Yeah.
gatherings, and he's like pretty good with it too. So that's the 3 pillars of that we want to do. Some camping cleans, essentially what your cleanups were.
Mm-hmm.
do the creative shit like the podcast, like we're doing now, some content, stuff like that.
Some clothing.
And then some clothing.
Yep. Keep it simple.
Super
That's
simple.
The whole story behind it is just keeping it simple.
Yeah.
But also having that creative outlet to try things too.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously just we've been trying things with the podcast, with everything, and adding like the video and stuff like that, and seeing if it works. And it's been received well. So
it's been really fun, dude.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. And then we're also doing like the message people are really stoked on too, because I think there's a lot of brands out there just overall. I mean, they brands that make everything in our market. Right.
Yeah.
But I think people can really resonate with like the whole mantra of like, pack it in, pack it out, keep your lane clean.
Yeah.
Because
public land is kind of overlooked. Like national parks kind of gets the attention.
Yeah.
In a way. I mean, it's not that it's not that anyone needs more than the other, but public land definitely is like being destroyed right now. It's not like destroyed, but
it's kind of like this in a weird way. It's kind of like the stepchild of like, I'm serious.
Stepchild.
It's like the stepchild of the outdoor industry, because everyone focuses on like national parks and like big landmarks, right? But then it's BLM.
Yeah, BLM's already like underfunded and struggling. So it's like, that's why. So when we did that last cleanup, BLM actually gave us, I believe it was either one or two of the dumpsters, but they also supplied the wash stations and the porta potties.
BLM did?
BLM did.
You actually had a connection with BLM?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was legit.
That's legit.
Like, not just like
that it was just
posted up.
Yeah, I thought someone
we had to get someone to donate for the additional dumpsters because we pulled too much trash out.
That was crazy.
We had only had 2 dumpsters, and then on like Sunday, we were like, well, we had like all this huge pile of trash. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, dude, it was just
and we
like
had to put it in. Yeah, we had to put that trash in the new dumpster. Thankfully, that came that day.
Yeah. And these dumpsters were not like the typical blue dumpster you see behind a restaurant. It was like a yard long dumpster.
Yeah, it's pretty. Is that what it's called?
Like a yard. Yeah, let me look it up.
But yeah, either way, they fit cars inside of them.
Dude,
so
how many cars did you pull out? 2? 3?
I think we pulled out 3.
That's belligerent. I don't even know why.
That was a little extreme, but
Oh yeah, 40. It's a 40-yard dumpster.
Oh wow,
fucking huge.
Yeah,
dude.
so these things are pretty big, and about 30,000 pounds of trash. So.
Yeah, Kingston and I are trying to figure out now too. It's like we want to do these cleanups, but again, like we have so much stuff going on, so it's like, dude, I don't know to what extent we can make it fun.
We're struggling on that.
Make it inclusive. Because we would like to make it free, but like obviously we don't want to front a bunch of stuff. And it's like, I mean, that was a sick weekend, but what did that really do?
Yeah, it's like, so yeah, I guess on the business aspect of it, which a lot of people are, I get messages about this all the time. They love the business part.
I think it's because no one talks about it.
Yeah. So basically what happens is like, the cleanup that I did last took up a lot of time.
Dude, that at least took up like a good month of planning.
I think it was 3 months. Like not like constantly, but 3 months of work. Emails and going back and forth. Because I did, we had help from Overland Bound and Jordan and
Lost
stuff
Sasquatch.
like that. But like for me, I was like doing the design stuff and then the photos that, as at the cleanup. And then we had other people doing photos and video. And then we had like Andy and whatnot. So it's like we had all this stuff in the mix. And then basically, didn't get paid. Like I made zero money off of it. If anything, I spent money.
100% you spent money.
So it's like, which is fine. Like that wasn't the goal of it to make money, but going forward, we have like,
we're trying to figure it out.
Trying to figure out like a way to, you know, do these things without like coming out of pocket, basically.
You know what I'm thinking? To a way to make it like not profitable, but you know, we can walk away and be like, that was worth our time, is we can sell the actual cleanup kits there. So it's essentially, if you want to roll and you want to support, then you support it by buying a cleanup kit.
Yeah. You could do that.
We can do that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a really good way. What is interesting though, is when I know it was a lot of time invested, and I don't know if you would ever do one that big again, all by yourself again. That's crazy. Yeah. But the exposure you got off of that, like everyone knows you. Or like, bro, the time you put on that cleanup kit, you're awesome for doing that.
So that was the return.
You got a big street cred boost.
The return was a little bit of credibility and, you know, something to refer back to. And it's not, but what's funny is like, that's not why
you did
people,
it.
Or, well, people in general do it. They do it to help out, you know? So it was like, and I just talked about this with B&H when we did a talk on Clubhouse. Basically, I have a following and wanted to do something positive with it. Mm-hmm. It's basically what it came down to.
Yeah, and you did.
And I was just like, what you guys saw was what I came up with out of my, you know, skills to, you know, give out something back, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, that's crazy though, because out of one, I think people will always trip on that though, but like out of one, if you're one dude and you're skilled at what you do, you can definitely take it pretty far.
Yeah.
Like you were able to do that big of an event pretty much solo. You know,
I had a lot of help.
You had help, but yeah, you know, like a lot of the moving parts and stuff. I mean, even easy, you always trip on it because it's like, how much can I do by myself?
Yeah.
And I do a lot of it.
Right.
And I still have people do help out, but
it's just a lot of that work is you sitting behind a computer or whatever it may be.
Like,
yeah.
All the emails you probably shot out.
So many emails.
So many freaking emails. But yeah, I think if you guys have an idea of it, because I'd be stoked to hear it, but I think that's kind of our next move is trying to figure out like a camping clean event for our land.
Because I'm seeing people like I mentioned this in the group chat. Like I saw a cleanup in New York City happen like recently, and I was like, well, if New York City's doing it, because the only reason why we're not doing it is because of COVID.
Yeah.
Right. Because of like politically and, you know, being correct and like,
I'm not going to force anyone to wear masks to roll up, you know, that'd be.
Yeah. So I guess we're trying to also stay in line of like, you know, being like
proper.
respectful of everyone, you know, and whatnot. So
I think those events though, it's like interesting because the people that want to go will go.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to go, just don't go.
It's like, you can make your own decision.
Yeah, you're a grown-ass person.
Hopefully.
You know, you don't need someone to tell you, you cannot go. And you're like, oh, okay. I can't go.
But we're just there because, you know, let's be honest, there's backlash to that kind of stuff.
100%.
And it's like, that's not what we're asking for, but we're also trying to do something positive.
Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, it's interesting because when I started the business a long, long time ago, the amount of backlash you get, just like, the typical shit you would deal with as like a younger entrepreneur, like comments, hate, whatever. But the beautiful part about us starting this Our-Land is I've had pretty much zero.
I haven't seen anything negative.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty sick.
This is actual real wood.
Yeah. And look at us, guys. We just bought this table for the podcast, all this nice wood. Yeah. If you're on YouTube, at Roaming Lost Podcast. And then we've had people stoked on it. So like Onyx jumped on board as a sponsor for Our-Land.
That's Our-Land.
This is Our-Land, not Onyx, but this is a koozie you would combine online. Onyx jumped on board.
Yeah.
Super Pacific wants to do cleanup kits with us.
Yeah. So we've already gotten some ideas stolen from us.
I don't even want to talk about that.
Well, let's not talk about that, but
that was belligerent.
But the number one thing I think we're attacking is being able to provide kits for other brands, for like purchases.
Yeah.
So they purchase something from
their brand.
Even Red Arc too was interested. And it's like, let's say, anyone in the US buys something at Red Arc and they get a sick ass, you know,
cleanup kit.
It's not the sickest cleanup kit in the world, but it's a very usable cleanup kit to promote good and positive,
it's
ethics
it's
outside.
the whole thing. This people are stoked on Red Arc, and they're like, oh damn, Red Arc also cares about.
Yeah, because they do. Which is cool.
They do?
Oh yeah, they were like super stoked on it,
dude. What?
Yeah,
that is sick.
And the same thing with Onyx though.
They were stoked on it too.
Yeah, the brand. So this is the thing about that brand. We were talking about this. The brands don't want to. They kind of need a middleman to play the
eco role. Almost.
The eco role, yeah.
Yeah.
In a way, I mean, it's not for every brand, but
totally.
But it's a great way to interact with the community in a positive way.
Yeah.
And also do something good.
Totally. And I think the funny part is I love branding and you love good branding too.
Yeah.
Like you are.
Yeah.
He's a photographer and videographer, but he does a lot of graphic stuff for himself too.
Yeah. I buy a lot of stuff based on branding.
Yeah. And I'm not about to toot my own horn here, but I like our branding.
Yeah.
That was one thing that I was like, if we do something, we got to make it simple and cool. It can live on anything. And it's
yeah, it's a good baseline. And then even with my, some ideas I was thinking of doing the artist stuff, the artist collaborations.
Yep.
It's just you can still slap that Hourland thing on the front and then have a sick graphic on the back that someone designed or whatever for public land
inspired by public lands.
Yeah. And then, there's all kinds of things we can do with that. We can do donations for Corva or pretty much any other nonprofit. And there's a lot of potential. We're a bit slow because like I said, there's 3 people doing their 3 main things, and then they have the Hourland stuff on the side.
Yeah, that's literally the hardest part because I think I get amped. I'll text us. We gotta go, and then everyone's like, oh, but shit, and everyone's like, fuck, we have so much shit on our plate already. What are we gonna do? But we're doing the best we can though.
That was the issue with the Camp and Clean.
Yeah, you were like, bro, I cannot invest another 2 months of my time right now, and I'm like, I get that actually.
Yeah, unless we're making enough money to count for that time.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not trying to do a full camp suite
guided tour.
Oh, dude, do you know how much work that is?
Well, that's what I was saying. If you want to do it, we got to do it right.
That's so heavy.
Yeah, but and then if we don't do it that way, that's totally fine. It's just that we would have to do it in a way where it makes sense for everyone.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's free event, and then you have a suggested purchase of a cleanup kit or whatever it is, that's fine.
If you're a brand listening to us, and I think we've had a couple just random, it can be retailers, brands, whatever, and we're going to offer some stuff for these camping cleans where you can be a part of it. So just reach out to us and we'll give you kind of our rough idea of how you guys can jump on board.
Yeah, that was the other half to the profit is partnering with brands. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
but
if they want to get involved on something positive and get something out of it, hit us up.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think that was the story time though. It's if you have an idea and you feel like it's a value and it's something positive, just run it. You never know what's going to happen with it. Dude, we just turned, our land just became an official business recently.
Yeah. It was fully registered
and everything.
And getting income. It was kind of, high five.
But at the same time, it's we, for Kingston and I, we are able to jump into things pretty quick because we have the skill sets to do it. We can do a lot of shit on our own, flexibility, we're both entrepreneurs. But at the same time, it's if this shit for some reason in 2 years, that was cool, but
you gotta move
cool.
on.
It was cool.
Yeah, that's you just don't want to force anything.
No.
That's with pretty much anything in life, really.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Don't force it.
And don't be afraid of trying it. We tried Hourland and it totally could have bombed.
And it could have just been these guys are kooks.
Yeah, it really could have been. And that's fine too. It's just, and that would have hurt my feelings a little bit more, but it's just it's cool to just try things. And it's definitely not what I would have thought last year of what I was going to be doing, but hey, what are you going to do? You just got to adapt.
Yeah. I do like having separation, the pillars. And so I think it's cool that like you have roaming loss and you're very like you do a very specific job with clients. And then Easy Supplies sells its own gear.
Yeah.
But then it's cool on like the bottom of our websites where like check out our land project, and it's totally like supported by these art like what we do.
Yeah, I mean, it has it's like almost an umbrella of things.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's not really like a business structure umbrella, like where it's all under one thing, but it's all interconnected in a way, or like at least it's like promoted in each outlet.
Dude, those that's funny you bring that up. That's like one of the biggest things that I was like tripping on when I first got into the industry. How there's these brands like it's not even bad to name names, I guess, but like let's say Deckers Corporation.
Yeah.
That's like a umbrella, and they own like 10 to 15 brands that are massive, and one corporation owns all of them.
Yeah.
Vans, Uggs, like.
Well, it's like FCA owns all the Chrysler and Jeep, Dodge, and Ram.
It's just so weird how there's companies like that freaking big.
Yeah. I can't imagine being like the top of that list.
I think it'd be
a lot
cool.
of stress.
It would be cool if like Easy.
But you make a lot of money.
You make a lot. But then it's crazy because like Easy, like let's say it grows and you would sell to like a Deckers.
Yeah.
But then if Easy for some reason sucks, they just cut it.
Yeah. Totally.
I guess it's just business, but
yeah, but like you sell the company, you make a bunch, like however much money,
$5,
whatever it's valued at, $5, and then you keep your job because you're the one running it. I mean, hopefully you keep your job.
Yeah.
And then hopefully they keep your employees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they just like take profit. That's all they're buying it for the profit.
Yeah.
It's not like that they want to like run it.
Yeah, it's not like
they want money.
They just want to make sure that shit's a profitable business on paper and it's making their money.
Yeah, because then when they have all these 15 brands that are like making a ton, like X amount of money, and then this one, that company's making that much money, like
crazy
millions
shit,
of dollars.
I know.
I can't even imagine that.
And they put sharks on the heads of those businesses. Like Quicksilver wasn't doing so hot for a while, and they kept moving this CEO to this CEO and this CEO. Yeah. The one CEO that's actually making money moves for them was the ex-CEO of Disney. So it's like they don't care if you like are in the industry or not. It's like, do you know how to make us money and make a good business?
Yeah. I've seen people go into positions from like an off-road company from like some other big company, and then it's like, damn, like that's such a different like category.
Totally.
But it's the same job.
Yeah.
It's just like how like creative director, it's like how are you just gonna do something different for this brand? And someone from Disney might have a way more valid ideas
than the Quicksilver X guy or whatever, huh?
Yeah, because you're bringing something different to the table.
That's crazy. It's super crazy. I always wonder, like, with some of the bigger brands that we see, like even Yeti. That's like my biggest question mark with Yeti. Is like, what? I wonder when like I feel like they've reached their market cap of how many coolers they're selling a year. And now they're offering like duffel bags.
Yeah, they're expanding.
They're trying to, because I bet you they're like, how are we going to make any more money? Like they wholesale to like Uline so people can put their logos on coolers now and shit like that. So it's like,
yeah, I mean, it's like, well, that company Arctic is Yeti, but from what I understand, I could be totally wrong. Wait.
The owner. They're owned by the same company?
I don't know if they're owned by the same company, but I think they're the same cooler. It's just branded differently. And one is like for a budget version, and then the Yeti. Maybe there's things that are different that make it nicer.
That'd be
like
interesting.
The Yeti makes it nicer, but like, yeah, like.
I think they're owned by the different people. They have to be, because they're the same cooler. So like.
The power of internet.
I know.
But like. Either way, if like if you do you take your cooler and you send it to or make another company and you make it a budget company, I mean, it's kind of smart.
So this is why.
And what they can do is they can make a shit ton of coolers.
Okay, so here we go. Yeti was founded in 2006 and is owned primarily by a New York private equity firm, Cortec Group. So like kind of like a Deckers, kind of we're talking about.
Sure.
Who has plans to take the company public in the near future. Holy shit. Okay. Arctic, on the other hand, is owned by twin brothers John and Jim and was founded in 2015. So I think John and Jim from Arctic are going to keep it, you know, in the family-owned business.
But was founded in 2006, is owned.
Fucking crazy. So they're different.
They're different.
Wow.
Click on that though. Let's see.
Which one? This one? Or
yeah, that one.
This one? Are not made. The two coolers are not made by the same company, nor are they made in the same factories. Yeti launched in 2006 by Ryan and Roy Cedars in Austin, and then sold majority of ownership to Stake Cortec Group.
What did I say?
What do you mean?
Wait, isn't that the same guy?
No, Ryan and
Jacobson.
Roy and Jim and Jacobson.
Oh.
This is like some freaking Illuminati shit. Ryan and Roy and Jim and Jacob.
Yeah, I got confused for a second there.
Jeez.
So yeah, myth busted. They are not owned by the same company.
Yeah, and they're not made in the same factory.
They look exactly the fucking same.
That's what happens when you make shit overseas. Because in the same it's really the hardest thing, and I think that's why. That's beyond just American pride. I'm not going to make that V2 overseas. It's going to charge a little more for the customer, but I think it's worth it. As soon as you go overseas, there's the ownership rights and the trademark rights are way different overseas. So all the person that was originally making the Yeti coolers can sell the same IP, intellectual property, and to Arctic, and there's no conflict of interest because it's overseas in China, and they have different
and they're
laws.
Just shipping it over. Yeah.
So you might get a cheaper price, but you kind of shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, especially if it's unique. And that's exactly what happens with the rooftop tents.
Yes, exactly.
Because, you know, I don't know. Like, there's one company made this tent for one, you know, it came out and it was a hard shell. And then for a year, no one made the same one. But then the second that year came overseas. No, I think it was, this is what I think, is that they got this new tent style, right?
Uh-huh.
And China and then they signed a contract saying, oh, we're only going to sell this tent for 1 year to you only. And then after that 1 year, all those fucking tents started popping up.
That's true. That's how it is. So with Yeti, I bet you they did a lot of the, what is it, rotomolded?
Maybe Yeti's own, or I think Yetis are made in America.
No, they're not. Yeti is 100% manufactured overseas.
Okay, another myth. Let's go, Yeti.
On the cooler, they put Texas.
Do they?
And then you look closely. Look at it closely. Okay, Yeti is made.
I don't have a Yeti cooler.
Same thing with Hydro Flask. Hydro Flask said designed in Oregon, made in China.
Philippines,
made in the Philippines,
China, and the USA.
Yeah,
damn.
I'm telling you, man. And that's why they lose their shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people are like, why am I
always thought it was USA. They were all made in the USA. That's why I was like so stoked on it.
Yeah, I was so jazzed on Yeti when it came out.
Yeah, me too.
And now it's just like another cooler.
It's just another cooler, guys.
Damn. That's yeah. And this podcast definitely went up and down and around, but this is cool. Like this is cool shit that
we're learning
people
stuff.
Don't know.
Yeah.
What was I going to say next? With the cooler thing, I don't know. Yeah, Arctic. That one's so funny that you brought that up.
Yeah, I mean, that's funny that I thought that this whole time, and then it's just like as simple as no.
Yeah, simple as no. Is it Roy and Ryan and Jim and Jacob or something?
Yeah,
owners
Illuminati.
Just making.
They're probably reptilians, is what they probably are.
Dude, here we go with reptilians. Damn, fucking Mark Zuckerberg.
If you watch TikTok videos, you know.
You like TikTok.
Reptilians. There's some fucking crazy ass videos on TikTok.
Kingston goes between. It goes TikTok, Clubhouse, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, then right back TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
That's
Clubhouse,
my day.
YouTube. That's literally his day.
You think I'm working, but I'm actually doing that.
Yeah, he's claiming he's working. So to finish this episode off about story time about our land project, if you're a brand
American made. Well,
I mean,
no.
if you honestly
let's
curious,
be honest right now.
Yeah, let's be honest. Our cleanup kits are sourced with products that some of them are made overseas and some of them are made
wholesale
here.
products.
They're just wholesale products, but they're packed literally by. Put your hands up.
Well,
Put your hands up. We got these.
I don't pack any.
You ready? Yes. Yeah, we pack up these orders and send them to you.
But
in Seal Beach.
We print them. We print on like we do this whatever. So
they're printed here. Yep.
Yeah, like everything's like done here.
Yeah.
And then they're shipped out by the United States Postal Service. Are they?
Yeah, of course.
There you go. And then So that's American.
Here you go. Kingston's selling so hard right now.
And then you guys get it, and you clean up America. I'm
curious of how we had the orange bags. We got a lot more tags because it was like a very iconic orange bag.
Yeah. We should make the new bag orange.
I know. I think the orange is a cool color. No, because it's like biodegradable plant-based bag.
No, the new bag.
Only black.
What?
That's what I
Oh, yeah.
These guys, they think I would just make stuff happen.
Well, maybe we should get orange Hourland logos. Like screen print them on there.
Just dishing money.
All right.
Yeah. Hit us up for this camping clean. Let me know your thoughts if you have any good ideas. Yeah, if you're interested.
Where should we go?
Yeah, where should we do this?
When should we do it?
With who?
Basically just have you guys plan and then we'll just come along.
Yeah, hook us up. All the ideas.
All right. See you guys.